So here's the point about response. You actually cannot react to this situation. You have to respond to the situation. So in order for you to respond to a situation versus react, reaction is emotional. It means, like if I hit you, you automatically want to hit me back. If I hit you, you want to hit me back. If I say something negative to you, you want to say something negative back. Response is different than a reaction. Response is deliberate. Response is thoughtful. Response is intentional. Response is proportionate to what the disaster is. In the military, they talk about proportional response, that if somebody shoots one missile at you, a proportionate response is to shoot one missile back, not to shoot 5 billion missiles back. So you got to be thoughtful about whether you send one or whether you send 5 or whether you send 500 or 5,000. So here's what I want to tell you about. I'm going to get to some meat on something about your response. See, our nation is responding to the crisis. They've responded in 2 ways already that I'm pretty sure you heard about in the news. The first one was this stimulus bill that came. And I don't know if there was first or second, but I know there's been 2 major pieces of legislation, trillion-dollar pieces of legislation that have been enacted in the last 2 weeks in our government. This is their response to COVID-19. Now, in that response by our nation to COVID-19, there's a response inside of it for you. Now, the thing that you've probably been hearing the most about on the news is the $1,200 check that some of us are going to get. Some of us are not going to get it. And some of us, that $1,200 ain't going to be enough to pay the rent or the mortgage where we live. And so you got to understand that that is not the only response that is available for you as a citizen. I want you to take some time to go look up the pieces of legislation that were passed, because there are some tax implications in it for you if you're a small business owner, for you if you're an entrepreneur, for you if you have an incorporated LLC, or maybe you work at a nonprofit organization. Yes, that's right, nonprofit. So 501c3s, C4s, C5s, and C6s are all nonprofits. There's some benefits in these legislation that passed for you. You need to know what they are. Now, for everybody else who don't own a small business, this is where I want you to get your mindset around in terms of response. It's time to hunker down and prepare for the worst. And when I mean hunker down, prepare for the worst, you might have to prepare that this might endure for 3 more months. And so how you going to get by financially? How you going to get by economically? How you going to get by, socially? How you going to get by spiritually? How you going to get by mentally? You got to prepare yourself. What is your response plan? You got to prepare yourself with your own response plan.